Hello, beautiful souls. All right, so just had a quick message come in. Need to convey it, so I'm going to do that now. Bypassing. Let me first of all say that there is no judgment against anyone, whether they decide to get through this life focusing only on positivity and not really diving into themselves. I get intimately how that cannot feel good. In fact, it was funny. Somebody was asking about shadow work the other day. And how do you know when you're actually doing shadow work? And what it's come through for me is that when you get that sense of panic within your ego, that sense of it's almost like when you pick up something hot and you have this reflex just to drop it down like that. That's how you know that you're in shadow work. That's how you know you're getting close to shadow. When everything within you just wants to run. And so that's where bravery and being courageous, and why I say hold on to your inner child's hand. Nurture them through this process. This is not easy. And, I found some channeling shadow work stuff that I did, I guess it was back in February, where I was actually channeling from one of my shadow aspects. Crazy. But, these are the aspects within you that are drawing in experiences, whether you know it or not. But back to what I started saying at the beginning. I get it. Not everybody wants to do shadow work, and guess what? You don't have to. I'm not going to make you. You're the only one that can start the shadow work process for yourself. I will say it is nice to have somebody with you on that journey, because a lot of these shadow aspects are tricky. And in the shamanic vein, we would say trickster energy, because as soon as you start to see them, they squirm off. And then you have to try to find them. Or like yesterday when I was knee deep into this whole past life bleeding over to this life, having to do with making bargains and deals with myself, and the spelling that's involved and the self-limitation. That's so interesting. So this is what happens. So I was saying something and then I forgot. So that's the reason. I'll remember. But that's why this just happened. It's because it's important to know that when you're doing this, it is very easy to forget. Write everything down, because it will slide back underneath your awareness and it will come out again, but it might not come right back out again. Okay. And a lot of times I have to change my consciousness in order to access it again. So what I was saying, bypassing. You can go ahead and bypass. How you become whole has to do with shadow work, has to do with radical self-acceptance, has to do with healing work. And really, it's not even healing, because it has to do with your perspective. And it's healing or shifting the perspective that you have about yourself and the feelings that you have about yourself. You already are whole. You just don't know it. You think you are wounded. You think you need these coping mechanisms, that you have been so traumatized by your past that you need something else, or that you don't deserve something because you've been traumatized. What was just coming in a little bit ago was about no judgment about people that bypass. However, they are coping in some way with their reality. It might be through alcohol, it might be through drugs, it might be through psychedelics that are labeled as spiritual consciousness boosters. Maybe through sexual addiction, food addiction. There's so many different ways to cope. For me, I still smoke sometimes. And it's one of those things where I'm just, I already know I don't want to fully give it up, even though I do at the same time. So there's my deal. That's my vice. That's my coping to help me ground. And it allows me to have a moment or two of alone time in a life where I get very little alone time. Anyway, so a lot of people are having entities come in right now, right? Their auras have holes in them because they're not whole. They haven't taken the time to smooth out and to fill those holes up. And so there are entities coming in, whether it is to come in through them to distract them and to keep them from focusing on what they need to focus on to heal. That is a real thing. This can be whatever reality you want it to be, but you have to get to the point of empowerment and sovereignty first. Until then, there are energies at play that want to keep you powering them. They want to keep siphoning from you. They want to keep you in this 3D world, working many, many hours, coming home, turning on the TV, being programmed, eating your fast food, dumbing you down, drinking the water with the fluoride, putting on the deodorant with the aluminum, keeping you on the hamster wheel that supports them. Some people might say I'm crazy. Right on. Right on. So we're deciding what we want to do. We need to master our own energy field first. It starts by refusing to be programmed any further. Turning off the TV, right? Turning off just media in general. And then we do need to go back through and figure out how we have been programmed. And that is shadow work. And until then, these entities can keep coming into you. They might be as thoughts, They could be as feelings, like, you know, those moments when you react in a way that doesn't really make sense. If your anger and rage are extra big and doesn't seem to make sense in that moment, yeah, you might be infiltrated. I've seen it happen. I've seen entities come into people, standing right in front of me. Everything changed about them. Their energy, their face, their eyes. And at least in one situation, I was lucky enough to talk, well, at the time my ex-boyfriend, back into his body. He was totally taken over, totally infiltrated. So I know this is stuff that people don't really want to talk about, but these are the times we are changing things. We are holding a high vibration. At least I'm a high vibrational anchor, and many of you are too. Careful with who you let into your circle. These energies don't want us to do this. They will distract us in pretty much any way possible. And just focus on keeping your aura smoothed out, keeping it from getting all holy. And I don't mean Holy. I'm talking about lots of holes in it, right? So I know that a lot of people that are on this path I know I have, stopped consuming alcohol. I mean, spirits altogether. Don't do it anymore at all. Might have a glass of wine every once in a while, but it really doesn't make me feel good. It lowers my vibration. Also opens me up to entities, which again, no big deal. Easy to get rid of, somewhat easy to get rid of depending on what it is, but it's just a pain in the ass. I mean, why do I want to deal with this? I'm here to embody myself. I don't want other energies in my field. So anyway, the people that are doing spiritual work, especially healing work, that don't do their own shadow work, careful. They're infiltrated. And I know that there's a whole bunch of people that are talking about, don't talk about false light. I'm not talking about false light. I'm talking about people that are infiltrated and don't know. And there's big, big names involved. So it's very important to watch who you listen to wholeheartedly without feeling into the energy. And I'm not saying they're not powerful, these people, these gurus, these spiritual leaders, whatever you want to call them. They are powerful. That's part of the reason that they are being used. Think about it. Take good care of your energy. Energy hygiene, salt, smudging, white light. Although white light by itself is not enough. But these people will tell you that it is. And why do you think that is? Step into your sovereignty. You feel something come in? No. Just hold it. Hold it off. Cut cords. Right? Tune in every day to make sure that your energy field is you. Scan. Scan yourself. We're doing it. We're shifting everything, but I'm telling you what, there's a lot happening behind the scenes. Nothing to be scared of. Just know about it. That's all. And guess what? No matter what you pick, it's going to be okay. Right? It's your journey. It's not mine. I'm on mine. You're on yours. It's all good. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to say, hey, FYI, keep this in mind. All right. Amazing full moon energies coming in. We are releasing now a lot of the things that came up in clarity for us for the solstice. And we are also being asked to put a plan in place of how we are going to take action over the next 6 months. Things are going to be intense for the next 6 months. Keep your energy field pure. You're going to need it. You're going to need to know what is you and what is not you. That's just discernment, and you get that through practice. So practice, knowing what is you, what is your own voice, what is not. Know when you need to cleanse your field. Learn to be able to discern when other people are infiltrated too. It's not our job to point it out to them. In fact, in my experience, that doesn't really work very well. Remember how I said trickster energy? Those energies get really funky when somebody points it out. They hate to be seen, and they start acting crazy. And so guess what that means? A lot of these people start acting crazy too, towards you. So you have to decide if it's worth it or not. Everybody's on their own journey. You're not here to save anyone. You are only here to do your own work. And when I say work, it's only about self-empowerment, being sovereign, and doing what you're passionate about. So figure out, empower yourself, get rid of the other things in your life that held you back. That's your self-limiting thoughts, beliefs, behaviors. Discover what you're passionate about and do that. That's it. Do that. Do what you're passionate about. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.